Yeah, it's supposed to be TexAgs Radio. Today has been a day that I feel like I've been assaulted. I have been bullied. All right? I've been told that I'm wearing an orange shirt where it's clearly red.
Coral.
It is red. It's not orange. It's not burnt orange. What is coral? A mixture of what?
Red and orange.
Okay, but it's not burnt orange. There's no burnt orange in it. But I will never wear this shirt again because, and by the way, where do you get off? Wearing
Where are you born?
a green A&M.
Aggies.
Yeah, it's green. All right. Do you feel like going to Baylor for a minute?
My sister went to Baylor.
But that says A&M. It can't be green. Not allowed.
It's from the warehouse. It's UC Creation.
Oh, then it's allowed.
Thank you.
But you,
You.
the nerve, and you. I'm mad at everybody today.
What?
What color is this shirt?
It's like a
Red.
tangerine.
It's red.
floral-
Okay,
Tangerine. That's
everyone's-
orange.
I'm-
Okay, but it's in the red spectrum.
Would you think it's anything to do with the University of Texas?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
All right.
Pink,
If
actually.
anything, Red Raiders.
Okay.
If anything, I'm not saying that it is.
Everyone is fired.
Hey, it's okay to wear a shirt that's not maroon.
I'm glad that nobody can see you on camera. Just can you show everybody your awesome hair?
Hey guys,
Okay, that's enough. I'm mad at you too, Casey.
and these are for everyone. It's not just.
I don't eat those. All right, so on the show now that we had the discuss, and I'm sorry, I'm never gonna wear the shirt again, ever. Don't ever wear green again too. I gotta keep looking at my phone. What were we talking about? All right, Charean Williams was on the show breaking down the Aggies in the NFL. I'm sure they don't have a coral shirt in their arsenal. Jamie McCoy talking a little A&M as well, getting number 85 going in the game, the go hour. How about neutral site games where you're allowed to wear coral, and Dalton wears coral all the time, and getting to know Arkansas. We got to know a little bit about the opponent. It is TexAgs Rewind with a red shirt. Charean, let's get into an oldie but a goodie. The top three Aggies in the NFL from this past weekend. Where do you want to begin?
I'm going to go number 3 is Ricky Seals-Jones. He made the fantastic catch. I saw it on You Got Moss last night, one of the great catches of the week. One-handed, went up and just made a well covered, just made a great catch for Washington in their Thursday night win. I know it was a while ago, but just a fantastic catch. And he's moved around a little bit, but I think he's better than what people give him credit for now. Tight end, played receiver at A&M, but he stuck around in the NFL for a while. There's a lot of choices this week, but number 2, I'm going to go with Mike Evans. He had the quiet game in week 1 against the Cowboys, and he never complains, and he does what he needs to do, and he's a player every coach wants to have on his team, and he comes out and scores 2 touchdowns in week 2 against Atlanta and just had a fantastic game. And I'm leaving out Ryan Tannehill, but I think you've got to go with his kicker, Randy Bullock, now. They both played at A&M at the same time. And another guy who's kind of bounced around, and, his kickers sometimes do, and took the game winner. He did miss one earlier, but had a really good day overall kicking the ball. And anytime you can kick a game winner and give your team a win, I think that's pretty special. But Tannehill also had a great day. So maybe it's Bullock / Tannehill and what the Titans did in rebounding after that week 1 loss.
And that Kirk guy up in Arizona, he had a nice day too.
Yeah.
Maybe not top
Yes,
3, but he had a nice day too.
He's had 2 back-to-back really good games, and I like what they're doing in Arizona, and like the way Christian Kirk's playing. His week 1 was better in his week 2 game, but they were both pretty good. He's having a really good year so far.
And I will have to, I'm just throwing it out there. Von Miller now has, 3 sacks on the year in 2 games. It's been great to see his return,
Yeah.
so happy to see that. Charean, we love it. Thank you so much. We'll catch up with you next week.
Thank you, guys.
But are you surprised at Jalen Wydermyer's presence this year? 4 catches a game. He has not been a focal point. Some of it has been obviously the chemistry with the quarterback, but getting 4 catches a game for a guy that, to me, is a top-round talent has been surprising, at least the early part of the year.
Yeah. I'm surprised in the fact that we aren't going to him more. Especially those guys over the middle. I know that Calzada's been trying to go to Chase Lane a lot, which you expect with the slot and the nines as well. But we need to get Wydermyer going, especially before we, like you said, ramp up into this district play and have to start seeing these bigger name opponent with better defenses. We got to get him involved, and I love to see Cup step on the field and get involved as well. But I think they keeping him on ice for Alabama.
So with the problems that we've seen from the offensive line, how important is what the tight ends do? And I'm talking from a blocking perspective moving forward as we are going to try. The Aggies are going to try to establish that running game.
Oh, the tight end can be huge for the offensive line. Not only kind of offsetting the front and making the defense have to adjust to it, whether you do one tight end or two tight ends, but also in the passing game, you can, if there's a strong defensive end that's kind of wearing you out or giving you problems, you can keep a tight end kind of off the line and leave him in the chip. When I was playing, we put myself in the backfield, a running back would be on the other side, and kind of the same theory. You stay in for a second, chip, and then you kind of be a check down for the quarterback. So I know Jimbo has some stuff up his sleeve that he really ain't used yet, and he's kind of saving it for the bigger name opponents. But I know it's around the corner, and we'll be ready.
I love and I hate, kind of like bad guys, neutral site games. Here's what I love about it. It opens up a fandom to some kid at home who wouldn't normally get to go to a game. I think that is beautiful. And I'm going to use soccer as an example. We're probably never going to go to Spain to watch Real Madrid play, but they played at NRG Stadium. My kids got to go. It was a great experience. From a family aspect, neutral site games are awesome. From what I think is best for college football, I want them on campus. I think one neutral site game a year is fine. Two, a bit much. It worked out in A&M's favor having the game against Colorado in Denver this year as opposed to, I think, Boulder. I think it could have been a little bit more. If we thought Mile High was crazy, I think it would have been more crazy in Boulder. But I think one a year is fine, but I like games on campus because that is college football. It is what the fabric of the sport is made on, the pageantry, all about it. That's how I feel about it in a nutshell.
I think college football is best played on campus. And if you're going to play at a neutral site, I think, number one, it should be a non-conference game. But number two, I think it might ought to be the smaller, lesser opponents. For instance, I don't want to play Houston on UH's campus. I'd rather play that game at Reliant or whatever they call it, NRG now, whatever they call it. I don't want to. If I scheduled a game with SMU, I don't want to play it at that small. It's a nice stadium up at SMU, but try to get that in the Cowboys Stadium. But especially if it's a conference game, but the larger, the big name opponents, I'd rather see those games on campus.
So maybe out of conference games on the road, if you're taking on a Miami, let's just say, maybe that game, even though you're going to play them the next 2 years, campus, but maybe that's a situation, although Miami doesn't play on campus.
Right.
Yeah, they don't, so that doesn't work out. But you understand my point. Non-conference game, perhaps early in the season, okay, with neutral site, maybe to start the year.
The only non-conference or the only conference neutral site game I would sign off on would be if you were playing Vanderbilt in that cracker box they call a stadium, and go ahead and move that over to the Titan Stadium.
So how big of a game is this for Arkansas? Because we know how big it was against Texas, but this is a conference game, a team that's beaten them 9 straight years. How big is this from an Arkansas perspective?
For me, I think if you were to ask Arkansas fans, what one SEC game do you want to win? They would say Texas A&M. Now, a lot of Arkansas fans don't like LSU. Like, obviously, you'd love to beat Alabama, but that game wouldn't really mean a whole lot. They haven't won this game in 9 years. They are tired of losing to the Aggies. They are tired of going down to Dallas and kind of, I wouldn't say getting embarrassed, but being so close to wins and then not being able to pull it out, that this game matters to this program and to this fan base.
Because, people got up for that Texas game. Is that going to be, you expect that kind of vibe there at Jerry's World? At least half the stadium rocking Arkansas-ish? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, Texas was fun because you haven't played Texas since 2004, the bowl game in 2017. But, you look at what this game means. The biggest fan base outside of the state of Arkansas is in the Metroplex, so I expect it to be packed. And this team is rolling right now. They're ranked, and I think a lot of people are excited.
Tori just said that my shirt looks red. Even though she just said a second ago, look, Coral, she just said, oh, your shirt looks red. She said it with a deep voice. What are we supposed to do?
You're supposed to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
And not wear a green Aggie shirt.
Or orange.
It's not orange! Everyone's fired. Bye.